House of Representatives joined senators to hand President Muhammad Buhari 6 weeks ultimatum. NYSC pleads army to deploy soldiers to protect orientation camps over fear of insecurity. A high court in Kano sentences school proprietor over killing his pupil Hanifa. On business, Nigeria along with Algeria and Nigeria discuss gas pipeline to Europe. On international scene, at least 42 dead in India after drinking toxic alcohol. And on sports, 2022 Commonwealth Games officially kicks off with colorful opening ceremony. Hello and welcome to SBTV Newsroom. I am Abdulrahman, now the news in full. The minority caucus of the House of Representatives has joined its Senate counterpart to hand President Muhammad Buhari a 6-week ultimatum to fix insecurity or face impeachment in the National Assembly. Minority Leader of the House of Reps, Ndudi Elumelu, revealed this after a closed-door meeting of the Joint Minority Caucus of the National Assembly on Thursday. Mr. Elumelu said the signatures will be gathered to impeach the president if the security situation is not addressed.
We think that it's high time that the insecurity of this nation is addressed. And of course, we also have the issue of oil theft, which has risen, which is now making it difficult to earn income from oil revenue. And these and many others is the reason why we are joining our colleagues in the Senate to ask Mr. President to address the insecurity of this nation within 8 weeks, between 6 and 8 weeks. Otherwise, we will find the constitutional means to ensure that will serve him an impeachment notice.
Mr. Elumelu also drew attention to the general state of the nation, including the exchange rate and aviation crisis. On Wednesday, senators, mostly drawn from the minority caucus, had staged a walkout on the floor of the Red Chambers where the minority leader of the Senate, Philip Aduda, raised a point of order asking the Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, to discuss the security situation in the country and the impeachment of the President Muhammad Buhari, which the Senate President declined. President Muhammad Buhari presided over a National Security Council meeting at the council chambers of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Although the outcome of the meeting was not revealed, the meeting was attended by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and the National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Monguno, retired. For more, Zainab Abdulwasi reports.
Cabinet members in the meeting include the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola, Minister of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Oyema, Minister of Police Affairs Muhammad Ngyadi, Minister of Defense Major General Bashir Magashi, retired. Others are the Chief of Defense Staff General Lucky Irabor, Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, the Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Isiaka Amau, and the Chief of Defense Intelligence Major General Samuel Adebayo were also at the meeting. Also at the meeting were the Inspector General of Police Al-Ali Usman, the Director General of the Department of State Service Yusuf Bichi, and the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency Ahmed Abubakar. The meeting came a week after the council revealed that it is merely a total ban on motorcycle and mining activities in areas most prone to and affected by terrorist attacks. I am Zainab Abdulwasi reporting for Standard Voice Television.
President Muhammad Buhari has emphasized on the need to strengthen collaboration between the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs and Niger Delta Development Commission in order to collectively build a new and better region. President Muhammad Buhari gave the charge at the opening ceremony of a 2-day top management retreat of the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs and Niger Delta Development Commission at the State House Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Our correspondent Rafia Mainasara reports.
The president, who was represented by Minister of Transportation Ma'azu Jaji Sambu, noted that towards realizing government's mission of improving the living conditions of Niger deltas and the region, such as synergy was imperative. He stated that the federal government has made huge commitment in Niger Delta region, in furtherance with its desire to give the people a new lease of life, taking proactive steps to responding to the issues of the region, adopting and implementing more prudent policies and programs that will bring about a better region. While commending the efforts of the ministry at helping to reposition the NDDC to ensure it delivered on its mandate, the president stated that the implementation of the forensic audit report has commenced in phases and will soon usher in a new management and board for the NDDC. Rafi'a Minasara reporting for SVTV News.
Due to the current worsening insecurity situation in the country, the governing board of the National Youth Service Corps has pleaded with the Nigerian Army to deploy more soldiers for the protection of NYSC orientations camps spread across the country. Ambassador Fatih Balla Abubakar, chairperson of the board, made the plea when she led the members on a visit to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, at the Army headquarters in Abuja. Mrs. Abubakar said, the NYSC has orientation camps which houses a minimum of 1,500 corps members in all the states of the Federation, and given the incidences of insecurity in the country, they are concerned about the safety of the young men and women under their care. Mrs. Abubakar added that the Nigerian Army established the NYSC, which has grown to become the most outstanding organization that continues to foster national unity in the country. The Chief of Army Staff, while responding, assured the board that the Army will continue to ensure the protection of the camps and youth corps members, as the Army has a big stake in the program, which was established in 1973. Zamfara State Community and Social Development Agency disbursed a total of 250 million naira to 25 communities for various development projects across the state. The agency also commenced disbursement of social transfer and labor-intensive public workfare to over 2,000 beneficiaries in the state. Presenting the checks of the money to the beneficiaries in Gusau, the State Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning, Alhaji Aliyu Tukur, urged the beneficiaries to utilize the funds given to them judiciously in order to gain more support from the project. Alhaji Tukur, who is the Chairman State Care Steering Committee, called on the beneficiaries of the social transfer and LIPW to utilize opportunities given to them for their future development. According to him, the NGKS and Matawale Vision 2023 is aimed at eradicating poverty and promoting livelihood of vulnerable groups in the society. Due to heavy downpour in some parts of Zamfara State, roads, houses, farmlands and other businesses were submerged due to flood, which forced many residents to vacate their homes while others became restless, blocking the water from entering their houses. The affected area includes some areas in Gusau, the state capital, and Namoda. Residents in the area solicited urgent intervention in the provision of waterways, culverts, and drainages for smooth flows of the water. Due to the downpour, transportation was halted and commercial motorcycle riders were not able to operate, which affected many students, workers, and traders. A Kano High Court has sentenced the proprietor of Noble Kids Academy and Northwest Preparatory School, Abdulmalik Tanko, to death. The condemned Abdulmalik Tanko was the principal suspect in the kidnapping and subsequent killing of a 5-year-old schoolgirl, Hanifa Abubakar. Presiding Judge Mr. Justice Usman Naabba sentenced him to death on Thursday. It could be recalled that newsmen reported the kidnapping of Hanifa on December 4, 2021, when she was on her way home from Islamia and later discovered to have been killed by the convict, who was her teacher and school proprietor, who demanded 6 million naira ransom. A High Court of the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja on Thursday granted a 5 billion naira bail bond to the embattled former Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, with 2 sureties. The sureties must be a permanent secretary and director in the Federal Civil Service. The court also granted 2 other co-defendants, Godfrey Akindele and Muhammad Usman, bail bonds of 2 billion naira each and 2 directors each in the Federal Civil Service. For more, Sumaya Dosara reports.
Justice Jadesola Adeyemi Ajayi, while delivering ruling on the bill application, said despite the allegations against the defendants in the matter, they were entitled to bail. According to the judge, the bill was admitted upon the terms and conditions given to them in their previous administrative bills by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The court, however, warned that the defendants should not travel out of the Federal Capital Territory, and if they try to do so without the knowledge of the court, they will have their bail application revoked. Justice Adeyemi Ajayi also warned that the defendants should not procure any alternate passport, having deposited their passport with the EFCC, and if such is done, the court will have their bills revoked. Sumaya Dosa reporting for SBTV News.
And on business,
Audio Jungle.
African energy giants Algeria, Nigeria and Nigeria signed a memorandum of understanding on a vast gas pipeline project, offering Europe potential future alternatives to Russian supplies. On Thursday, Algerian Energy Minister Mohamed Arkab hosted his counterparts from Nigeria and Niger, Timipir Silva and Mohamed Nisani, for talks on the project. The contents of the memorandum of understanding were not disclosed, but the long-dormant project has seen an uptick in interest in recent months as gas prices have surged following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Trans-Saharan gas pipeline will transport billions of cubic meters of gas, some 4,128 kilometers from Nigeria in West Africa, north through Niger and onto Algeria. From there, it could be pumped through the Mediterranean undersea Transman pipeline to Italy, or loaded onto liquefied natural gas tankers for export. And now an international scene. At least 42 people died and nearly 100 others are being hospitalized in western India after drinking toxic alcohol. The State Home Affairs Minister Harsh Sanghvi in a statement said, an investigation revealed that dozens of people became ill earlier this week after drinking methanol, a poisonous form of alcohol sometimes used as an antifreeze sold in several villages across Gujarat state. The state police chief Ashish Bate said authorities have cracked down on illicit liquor shops across Gujarat and arrested several people. And now on sports. 22 Commonwealth Games was declared open after a grand opening ceremony was held at the Alexander Stadium in Birmingham on Thursday. Team Nigeria was part of the countries that took part in the official opening ceremony. Host country England were the last to come in during the colorful opening ceremony. The ceremony, which was tagged Birmingham 2022, was closed with a bang and a short set list from Birmingham band Duran. Birmingham 2022 is set to be the biggest and most expensive sporting event in the UK since the 2012 London Olympics. The games are officially open, with events beginning on Friday, and more than 5,000 athletes representing 72 nations and territories across 19 sports and 280 medal events until 8 August. Still on sports, Leicester City defender Ashley Plumptre is delighted with her achievements with Nigeria since making her debut for the West Africans. Formerly an England youth international, Plumptre made her senior Nigeria debut in February 2022. The 24-year-old helped the Super Falcons qualify for the 2022 Africa Women's Cup of Nations in Morocco. The defender also played a key role as the 9-time African champions qualify for the 2023 FIFA World Cup, whether it was with England or Nigeria. She said after winning the league with Leicester, she sat with her dad, who was her agent, and got in contact with Randy Waldrum, head coach of the Super Falcons. And that's all we have on news update for today. But before we go, a quick look at the major headlines once again. House of Representatives joined senators to hand President Muhammad Buhari 6 weeks ultimatum. NYSC pleads army to deploy soldiers to protect orientation camps over fear of insecurity. A high court in Kano sentences school proprietor over killing his pupil Hanifa. On business, Nigeria along with Algeria and Nigeria discuss gas pipeline to Europe. On international scene, at least 42 dead in India after drinking toxic alcohol. And on sports, 2022 Commonwealth Games officially kicks off with colorful opening ceremony. Thank you, and that's the news. On behalf of the editorial crew, Head of Recent Current Affairs Department, once again I am Muhammadu Buhari saying thanks for watching. Do have a nice day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television.